I'm sorry to say it, but Chippy girl, you selfish. Junior, you're about to fail. In Orlando, I might be okay with Ruby now. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another The Family Business video. And in this one, we're breaking down season 5, episode number 7. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my The Family Business content and conversations. And without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so this episode starts off with Donna and Junior, and Junior is 100% not on board with Donna taking the task on of having to take out Ruby. He makes the points of this is the love of Orlando's life. This is the mother to his nephew, which is very interesting because, sir, you have been acting a monkey fool and been completely estranged, as you call it, from the Duncans. You don't want nothing to do with the Duncans, but now all of a sudden you really understand how family works. Now all of a sudden you ain't gonna be able to let this fly. Now all of a sudden you want to protect your mama and your family from a goofy task that your goofy ass alliance wants her to do. Interesting. But okay, I like it. Let's go with it. Unfortunately, we don't actually get to go with it because Junior is quickly talked out of his sensible reasoning by Donna, who is chasing the ghost of a life past. Girl, Chippy did not steal your life. Everything that was supposed to happen did happen and was always going to happen, girl. You need to let that LC love go because it's now about to ruin your entire current, present, and future. Miss Mamas, you are not Chippy Duncan. You were never meant to be Chippy Duncan. You are Donna Duncan, a bitch in her own right. If you would actually give yourself enough credit and you would lean a little bit more into self-worth and self-love and get some self-esteem, you would actually be able to navigate life beautifully because look at you, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, you got money, you got your pick of the litter in reference to life experiences and men to entertain and all of the things. And meanwhile, you're sitting here entertaining a suicide mission just so that you could prove yourself to a bunch of people who do not like you. And at the moment that they get the opportunity to put a bullet in your head, they will pull a bullet in your head. Donna, I don't think I've ever seen you be more goofy, and it's really sad to see, honey, because I expected more from you. Yes, you and Chippy have a very peppered past. You had LC first. You was in love with LC first, but life happens, things happen. You taking out Ruby, literally taking this shot to the Duncan family and to the next generation of the Duncan family is not going to bring LC back, boo. It is not going to raise any of your street cat cred, so you believe, and it's not going to put you more in line to be Chippy Duncan. And you thought you ate that little one when you told Junior, oh, well, did you ever try to talk Chippy out of killing somebody? You thought you ate that little wine. She's the one who taught him. So how in the hell would he ever be able to talk her out of doing something that she literally helped perfect in honing all of her children to be mercenaries? Yeah. Your son in this moment has been sparing you quite a bit because he should be kicking you a lot of shame. He should be pushing a lot of guilt your way. Meanwhile, you have gotten a get out of jail free pass for lying about being his damn mama all of his life. And the Duncans have taken all of that responsibility, all of that guilt, all of that shame, all that comes with that on their bill and on their bill. And meanwhile, you have gotten off scot-free in that regard. And then you're going to double back and try to add insult to injury by taking out Ruby. You should have cut your losses, Donna, because there should be a lot more focus from Junior towards you in reference to hating you for the decisions that you make. And the fact that he's trying to protect you in this moment, or at least at the start of the episode, he's trying to protect you and not trying to allow you to go and do this goofy thing, this suicide mission, says a lot. It says exactly how pure and how clear he is on not placing any blame at your feet. Now, when I tell y'all, I cannot wait for the full story of how Chippy became Junior's mama to come out, because Donna is going to wish for the moments like this when he was literally, genuinely, purely trying to protect her and had no actual angst or anxiety or issues with her. Because the moment that the full story comes out, in addition to the paternity of his baby, or the sonogram of Sonya and his baby comes out, now he's going to be able to cultivate all of this energy that we have always thought he should have had for you, and you're going to wish for the moment that he was sitting and thinking about your feelings, thinking about your future, and trying to protect you from any bad decisions tied to any goofiness. In this moment, it's like, I really want Donna to really use her brains, but she's being led so strongly by all of her emotions and the trauma that has been attached to them from the past. And at this point, it's like, girl, you need to heal or you need to leave, because you're literally going to destroy yourself in addition to your life, and you're going to take Junior down with you. And I hate it for all of you. Now, in talking about Chippy, she actually disappointed me in this episode. And no, it's not her and LC having to come to Jesus meeting with London about Mariah, because she trying to bring down corporal punishment and all of these punishments for Mariah, and her trying to run away versus addressing the very real trauma that your daughter could be experiencing because her damn daddy disappeared and she think that you killed him. Yeah, London, you cannot punish trauma out of your daughter. That ain't gonna work. Chippy and LC are 100% right for addressing that and like pushing London to step up her parenting in reference to getting her a therapist. I guess LC, you got a little bit better foresight than I thought, because Brandy will be useful in reference to Mariah being able to talk about all of the things tied to this criminal family, having a unique perspective, but also not going to do what she needs to do in reference to reporting y'all's criminal activity, because she's already been brought into the family in a way, which you own it in the practice. So Chippy did right in reference to that, even though it's very interesting to me how we could check London's parenting. Meanwhile, LC and Chippy have yet to go and find Junior and talk to him. So while we are giving y'all that little one, y'all ate that little one as it pertains to London and getting Mariah into therapy, y'all also need to step it up on the parenting front, because y'all are failing Junior's ass. But the disappointment that I experienced for Chippy in this episode was later on at the very end when she finds Sonya's sonogram. And while I really am disappointed in her, I understand it. So I want y'all to be clear. I understand her position. I understand her feelings. I understand the grief that is being stirred up by seeing the sonogram and then also recognizing the state of affairs of their family right now. However, I believe that Chippy's feelings are not number one or paramount. And the way that Sonya has had to not only eat the disrespect from Junior this entire time, and at this point it has been about 4 to 8 weeks of being estranged, of being separated, of being disrespected by this man, but she's also been navigating this family who created the circumstance for her husband to run away from her, and she hasn't been able to say anything or call anybody out on that. So she's just kind of floating, having to deal with all of this on her own. Also happens to be a newlywed and pregnant, and her feelings to me are most important. So Chippy immediately calling Nene and then crying about the fact that she's not going to be able to be a grandmother to this new baby, when, girl, your damn son Junior ain't even going to be able to be a father because he's not speaking to Sonya. Y'all asses need to get on your Zoom and get that boy together, if for nothing else, for him to apologize and be atoning to his wife for the weeks and weeks and weeks of disrespect. This is not about you and your feelings and whether or not you're going to be able to be a grandmother because Donna's going to keep you away from the child. Your damn son is keeping himself away from the child right now, and the mother is suffering because of it. I need you to stay focused, Chippy. So yeah, y'all, that's what made me pissed about Chippy in this episode. She really disappointed me. I understand her feelings, but as the matriarch of this family, she needs to have a little bit more foresight. She needs to be a little bit more grounded. And this is 100% her and LC's mistake. We are now freaking 6 episodes into this season, and neither LC or Chippy have made an attempt to go and talk to Junior themselves. And that 100% is a failure on their part. And other people are suffering because of it. Now, in lighter news, we get to see London a lot more in this episode. And in addition to her trying to punish all of the pain out of Mariah, she also connects and confides in LoJack. And y'all, I'm actually liking the vibes that their relationship is giving. I feel like he is a true confidant to her. And because he might not necessarily still be in the criminal life himself, but he understands and was adjacent to it before, he's a safe place for London to venture out and to start to date in a cultivated relationship. They have really great chemistry, so I did enjoy seeing the scenes with her and LoJack talking and planning to get together later on. I would just love for them to take it from being a sexual relationship and have it become something more, because London needs a very healthy, stable relationship after the whole debacle as it pertains to Harris. And I thought it was interesting that London went so hard on Elsie and Chippy about providing the Italians with a gun that actually took out their family member, as if she wasn't at some point trying to kill Harris herself. So she's like, y'all just basically gave them the green light and provided them with the gun. But girl, you also wanted this done, and you don't seem like it's any sweat off of your damn brow that his ass is gone. So yeah, not too much now. Not too much. And honestly, y'all, I don't believe that Harris is actually dead. I feel like his ass is missing, but I don't feel like he's dead. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below if you think that Harris is dead. All right, so like, let's address the elephant in the room, because y'all know by now I do not like Ruby. I have not liked Ruby, and it has been a roller coaster ride as it pertains to the Ruby character, because initially, when she was just a prostitute and I felt like Carl Weber was being very, very speedy and pushing Orlando's feelings about this particular prostitute on us and making it happen so rapidly, I didn't necessarily buy into it, but I decided to get on board. The moment that Ruby decided to get her lick back and marry that white man and then name Orlando's son after that white man, I was completely through with her. But it is in this episode when she's making the best decisions possible for her son, putting her own feelings aside, thinking with her brain, her big brain, that I'm like, okay, Ruby, you might actually be on a redemptive arc with me, and I might be rooting for your ass moving forward, because I do think that the decision to let Lil Vinny that's what Lil Orlando, and when are we getting his name changed? I'm just saying, when the hell is his name getting changed? But to let Lil Orlando go with Orlando is such a brilliant decision, because Orlando and the Duncans can protect Lil Orlando, and y'all splitting up literally splits the path and helps strengthen the story that Orlando don't know where Ruby is, but he went after his son and he's not thinking about Ruby's ass. Meanwhile, he done tuck Ruby down in the bayou, because we get the intro to the family business New Orleans with the introduction of cousin Marquise, where Ruby's gonna be staying. And I love that, y'all. The way I got so excited to see that this is what they're doing, and this is our first look at, you know, the characters within this world and the introduction. I was like, yo, we're about to get the family business New Orleans, and this is going to be a dope expansion to the family business world in this Carl Weber universe, and I'm here for it. Another side note is we got to see the champ again in this episode too, so like, we are definitely expanding and touching upon various points within the Carl Weber universe, and I ain't mad at it. But Ruby, we gonna give you your 10s for making that decision. And in this episode, I was taken back when Orlando went to go get Ruby, and they're riding in the car and they're talking about they love each other and he don't want to tell her where they're going, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, he really do love you. I remember when he was all lovesick before, and you did do that little dumb thing, but you back in love with him now, and okay, but don't mess up no more, Ruby. Don't mess up no more. And also, when's she gonna pop up pregnant? Because wasn't y'all working on, you know, cultivating another kid so that y'all could harvest their organs? Yeah, I need an update on that next episode, Carl. Before I go into Roman, which I'm going to have at the very end of this video, I do want to touch upon Brother Minister and Alejandro basically pushing back at the idea of Donna taking out Ruby because Ruby is an innocent. And the thing that I wrote down in my notes is, why are people saying that Ruby is not innocent? Like, what does Donna know, and how could Donna possibly know it, that Ruby is not innocent? Because far as we know, they don't know that Ruby actually took out Vinny. Nobody else was in that hotel room, so how would they actually know that? And that is like an open loop that I don't actually like. It's kind of nagging at me, if I'm gonna be honest. But Brother Minister is one of the first from the Alliance to actually pull Junior's coattails in this episode and say, like, I can't believe that you're actually greenlighting this as this leader. Like, this actually makes no sense. She's innocent. And this was the perfect moment for Junior to go back to his original ideas and his mindset that he had went to Donna with, and strengthen up his claim to go back to Donna with Brother Minister behind him of like, yeah, you cannot do this. And then they could start to carve an alliance within their alliance. But no, he folded like a goddamn lawn chair and doubled down, and Ruby ain't innocent and she gotta do this, when clearly your mama is not concerned about you. Your mama be saying a lot of things, and a lot of that stuff be lies, and your mama is being led by the wrong things, which is going to lead all of y'all to hell. Now, to watch Alejandro then go to Antonio and bring up a similar point of like, yo, Donna is actually going to do this because I know her, but why is she going to do this over this petty thing? And then also, it points to what I said last week on my live, y'all. Antonio is setting Junior up. He is allowing Junior to believe that he's the head of this organization, but Antonio was actually the leader of this organization, and Alejandro clocked it as he should. Now, I am excited to see if there's going to be any dissent in the ranks, because it seems like Brother Minister and Alejandro are the integrous men that we thought that they were, and they not just going to go for anything off the strength of like, I don't like how LC did me. They feel like they got a little bit of the code still in them, so I'm hoping that this cultivates some dissent. And while I still don't want Junior to be the leader, because he's not a damn leader, and hopefully this experience will teach him that, they will be able to loop his ass in and be like, okay, we're going to have to take out Antonio because this is a problem. He operates with no code, and he's literally using everybody as pawns on his chessboard to get the things that he want to have done. But then he can't even do it himself, and neither can his men, because what? They lost track of Ruby. Yeah. And last but not least, y'all, Roman, who is becoming one of my favorite characters. This episode, he really shined. He ran up on Darnell, which we got to see. He's at the champ's house, so that's, I guess, how they made the initial acquaintance, because Darnell was cool with the champ. So we get a little cameo from the champ. We're gonna need you in Paris to run that back. But okay. Looking for Darnell because he needs another lick, because he needs to be able to pay for his mama's kidney surgery. Long and short, Darnell has a little bit of pushback, sets up something. It actually works out. However, he takes Brandon as his damn wingman. Brandon was never about that life. Brandon does not have much of anything to lose and much of anything to really gain, aside from wanting to be a flossy Negro. And those are the ones that you got to watch out for when there's things actually on the line, like your mama's life. He too worried about stealing a blinged out ass watch that could be identified from anybody else in this man crew that you stole this from. Dummy. If you're going to steal a watch, then you need to go ahead and pawn it, not wear it as a beacon to, oh, I ran up on your boss, come kill me right now. I already knew it was over for Brandon when he was shook in the car before they actually even got out to go and do the damn job. He was giving all types of red flags of like, Roman, this is not the man that you want to have by your side. He don't know what he's doing. He's going to get y'all killed. Luckily in this episode, he only got himself killed. Thank God. Because Roman told you that you need to finish the job after that man tore that mask off of your face because you was playing around shucking and jiving, and let him get the drop on your ass. But you didn't do it. You just knocked him out. You like basically fake killed him and then ran off, only for him to be able to run up on your ass another day. Now, this man is still out there, and he knows that Brandon worked with somebody else. It's interesting because when he ran up on Brandon at the very end of the episode, he didn't press Brandon about who was with him. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the end of this particular part of the storyline, or if he will still be looking for Roman because he's looking for his money. And that's going to tie to a whole nother video that I have about if the Duncans are going to have to step in at some point to save Roman. So be on the lookout for that. It will be dropping very, very soon, because I have a bunch of theories and predictions about that. Also, remember, book people, do not drop any book spoilers in my comments or in the chat of the live, because we do not read the books over here. I am just watching the show and giving y'all my thoughts, theories, and predictions based off of the show. Respectfully, please keep the book content to yourself. Back to Roman now. Roman, I get it. You are in a stressful line of work, baby. You got a lot of things on your mind, a lot of things on your plate. But I'm going to need you to relax with the ladies, because I'm supposed to be shipping you and Lauren. And I love the little nervous anxiety energy that you was giving. You wasn't pressing up on no sex for her, but you had no problem running up on the hoes in this episode and going ahead and getting your dick wet in this episode. And I'm like, Roman, I thought you were a good boy. Clearly he got multiple layers, child. That is part of like the things that like punctuates the very heavy, I gotta get this money for my mama. And I actually liked it. It fleshed out his character a little bit more. It added a little bit more to his lore, if you will. So I'm not too mad at it, but I still am looking for him to double back to Lauren and make something real happen in reference to that. Even though I know that they could potentially be family, I still want to see the build up to that. Like, I want them to come close and then pull off. Like, I I think that that's a great story. I think that is a great story. Now, aside from that, this lick gives him all the money that he needs to pay for his mother's kidney transplant, to get her put on the transplant list. And he also reveals to her that he is going to give his kidney because he should be a great match, given the fact that he is her son and they have the same blood type. Now, Mama Margaret is sitting there talking to her sister, and her sister's like, you need to tell him, but you never had no plans of telling him. What if he tries to give you his kidney? Enter in Roman, Mama, I'm gonna give you my kidney. Yeah, Margaret, you're gonna have to get to and tell this boy, because it's coming back that y'all asses are not a match, and he's gonna wonder why y'all not a match. And this is going to lead us into the story of who the hell is Roman's mama. Y'all can drop y'all's theories, predictions, and thoughts in the comment section down below, not only about who is Roman's mama, but also about the episode and my breakdown and the things that I brought up in it. I do have a video talking about who I believe Roman's mama to be in that story, so be on the lookout for that. Hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my The Family Business videos. And I also go live every Thursday after a new episode of The Family Business to talk about the newest episode, to unpack with y'all, get y'all live reactions, and really just chop it up about the series. Again, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.